Hey guys, welcome back to another edged weapon review. What you are looking at here is a vintage 1980s, maybe very early 1990s lockback swing guard pocket knife. Now this style here, this particular one, and many others like it, were made in Japan and then sold in Mexico as souvenir pocket knives. So that's why you see the Oriental or the Japanese dragon. You switch it around, you see the Matador, the Mexican bullfighter right there, or some would say the Spanish bullfighter, but there you go. So this is a very beautiful knife. Yes, it is not in mint condition, as you can clearly see, and that's the way it came from the factory. As I mentioned in my previous videos, with these vintage classic 1980s switchblade knives, the pins in most cases are always cracking the acrylic handles, as this case right here. So that's the way it came from the factory there. You can see cracks here, crack there. Basically all the pins are hammered, flush, and it cracked the acrylic. So again, this is not in mint condition, but overall it's still nice that the plastic is still there. It's not like chipped off and missing part of it and all that stuff. The bolsters are stainless steel, so they are worn, I guess, like handling marks and all that. There's hardly, if any, rust on it. Very nice, very well taken care of. And yeah, very nice knife. These did come out in also black, red, and green, also in brown. And of those colors, the white and the green are the most rare. So and why? Well, because, I mean, you really want a green knife, or you really want a white knife? Most of the people that would buy this style of knife would want it in black scales, basically. Or maybe brown, or maybe red. But the most common are black. Always the most common. What we're going to look at next is a German lockback, and this was given to me by a very good friend of mine. And you can see the horn scales, the stainless steel bolsters, also lockback, again vintage 1980s classic stiletto style. This had some rust. I polished it out a little bit. You can still see a little bit of it there, but I mean that is super minute, very little bit. Nothing like, oh my god. Some people freak out when they see rust on a blade. Okay, so let's open them up and let's do some sharpness tests. Because, you know, I love to do that. Okay, so let's look at this one. Let's open it up. Look at the swing guard. Now that is awesome. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so I love just about any type of swing guard pocket knife. You can see there, stainless steel, Japan. Now this blade was in really rough shape when I got it. you could see the sharpening, the deep sharpening scratches there. I took off like maybe 90% of what it actually had, and I did not put it on a grinder. I did not do anything stupid like that. A lot of people freak out when you start polishing blades. They think right away, oh my god, he put it on a grinder or a buffer or something like this, and you completely mess the tempering of the blade. No. What I do is I use sandpaper. Once it gets to a certain temperature, basically if it gets too hot to touch, you stop. Or it's hard to explain. If it gets really hot and you feel that how hot it's getting, you stop, you wait for it to cool down. What I usually do is I put oil and I wipe it down, and then I continue once it's cooled down, and I get it to this mirror shine right here. So this is very sharp. Again, this is not a highly collectible knife, and even if it was, all that sharpening that it had on it, all those deep scratches, it would have killed the value. So I just wanted it to shine back like a mirror when it was brand new, and now it does. So I am very happy about that. So, and if you're wondering how sharp it is, we're going to check it out right now. And again, just as you already saw, I'm pretty sure, stainless steel, Japan. Very cool. So let's start cutting right now. Okay. Okay. And just in case you are still not convinced, let's do what I did in the Ninja Sword video. Let's put it flat on the piece of paper, and let's drag it just a little bit so that I will try not to cut myself. But you can see that it's starting to cut the paper right there. So let's try this again. And again, try not to cut my fingers. So you can see, possibly, that it does cut very easily. And again, I was trying not to cut my fingers. So you can see that, I mean, it's razor sharp. I love this knife. Very, very nice knife. I don't collect these, but when I saw this one, I had to buy it. It just, well, gives me the memories of when I used to go to Mexico and see these blades, these knives for sale. And it's just nice to see one that is not completely trashed. So it's very nicely preserved, I should say. I was gonna say very nice shape, but overall, I mean, it came from the factory with broken scales or cracked scales, and whoever owned it really messed up on the sharpening of the blade. But I polished it out, and it is razor sharp, as you saw, and it's mirror shine, so I am very happy with this. And again, love the swing guard. Freaking awesome. Okay, let's open the German lockback. Let's look at this blade here. Let me take my fingerprints off it. And let's look at this one. So you can see rust free. Okay. And again, There is no deep scratches on this blade. It is mint condition, or as mint as it could from being from the 1980s. It does have handling marks, but that's it. And again, look at the lock. It's flush, it's nice, beautiful. Again, this one was very well taken care of. And you can see on the inside of the liner that it does have some rust in there. Not a lot. It looks like it was just starting to, but once I put the oil, it stopped. Or, you know, for the most part. So let's start cutting with this one and see how sharp this one is. Now, for the most part, this knife right here is not as sharp as the Japanese one, but it still can cut. So let's get another piece of paper here. Okay, let's get another piece of paper over here. So for the most part with this particular blade, this blade is sharp enough to cut, to bite into the paper and then cut. The thing with this is, I don't know if you can see through the camera here, but once it cuts, it tears the paper. It's not a very clean cut. That's basically what I'm trying to say. It cuts, it bites into the paper and then it tears and rips through it. But it needs a little bit more sharpening, but overall it will cut. So very, very nice. So again, you can see the factory markings there. But that's about it. Again, vintage 1980s. And in case you guys want to know how long these knives are, let's measure them. So 4 centimeters first. This one is at 28 centimeters right there. So right here, right there, 28 centimeters. On inches, let's go to inches. Okay. And it is 11 inches right there. Okay. Now let's do the Japanese one. So from right here to there is right at 9 inches. Now centimeters. Okay, right there. It is right at 23 centimeters. So that's how long these knives are. They are very beautiful. They are vintage. Again, classic pocket knives. I really do enjoy them. I love having them. Will I collect more? I doubt it. If I see them for a good price, yeah, I will buy them. I will pick them up. But will I start collecting them? Nah. Why? Because this is more my thing. The automatic knife collection. I love these. Especially this one, since that one is from Solin. Again, you can see the place there. 440 stainless Solin. So this one is made in Germany. You already saw this one already, so I'm not going to go in too much into detail, but it's very nice. I really do love this blade, this knife. It's one of my all-time favorites in my knife collection, at least. And here's this one from Taiwan. Now, I should make another review of a magazine that sold these back in the 80s, but not in this video, obviously. So you can see right here, they are, let's see, let's put this one very close. So this one was at 9 inches, so that's how long this knife here is. And this one is the exact same, it's just made in Taiwan instead of Germany. So again, 9 inches. Well, that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this vintage classic pocket knife review. Stay cool, guys. This is classic. Ronin246 saying take care and is out. Bye, guys.